the G90. Yeah, the only HF rig I have is this Zygo
Orientation
X6100.
is locked.
A little 10-watt QRP transceiver, and I just use an indoor magnetic loop. It's an AMS loop 3.0. I'm in a condo here. I'm in QTH. That's pretty much all I can do, but I have had a lot of fun with it. It's good on the higher bands, 10, 12, 15, 17, but not so good on 20 and 40. But yeah, that's pretty much my only HF rig I got. Do a lot of the digital modes, but yeah, I hear a lot of good things about that G90 for sure. I love the Zygo 6100. It's been a lot of fun. I've had it for a couple of years now. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I tell you, I like my G90 all the way around. I'll be honest with you. I got a Kenwood TS2000, and I got a Kindle TS44, an Icon 725, and then I've got an old school FT101 what we call a hybrid transistor out of the two panels in it that I fire it up every once in a while because it's just sitting out there. You can't with TS440 just to keep, the depth in line out. I don't actually utilize it. Now, as far as receiving, that FT101 is a lot quieter than any of the other radios I've got, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it is, you can turn the volume up pretty loud and stuff like it is. I mean, you ain't getting rid of the static. You do get a good radio, to be honest with you. The Raspberry Pi, you can tell it's just along the card there. So it's on that. So if and when I ever correct my card, I can just throw in the new card, take off the cover of the amplifier, and slide in that, take the old card out, and slide the new one in. And if you need some help with that or instructions, let me know. I think I can dig something out for you there.
Okay, I took some notes. I passed that line. The guy I work for the station is pretty good at those types of things. We can get that done. So I will make a note of that. I kept seeing the people talking about the SD card.
I am thinking about hooking up the 101. Bands seem to be working a little bit better.
And
there's two main things
Turn
that
off
go
this.
wrong with the amplifier. One is obviously blowing out EMOS. That's really common, believe it or not. And then the second one is a corrupt SD card. So those are the two most common things that you will read about on the forums and that of the amplifier. So anyway, hopefully neither of those happen to you. But at least the corrupt SD card, you can pretty much guarantee that won't happen to you if you follow the procedures that we just talked about. All right, good to know, and I hope the SWOs were taking notes. Yeah, someday you'll have all this. You'll have all this good stuff. And it's interesting, your signal goes from 10 over down to S7, then it goes into almost like a backscatter sound, then it comes back out. So the band is changing. I
wonder why it doesn't show me the views on the computer. The computer says concurrent views, but it doesn't say current up at the top. Anyway, I was thinking about hooking up the 101.
Yeah, no, we're still good.
I kind of need to clear the bench out over here, but I think I'm going to
yeah, it's crazy. You all did the same thing. S7 to 10 over. So
move this equipment, and then in the meantime,
I do notice a hum.
maybe
Now, I'm not sure. Is that a hum?
fire up the 3000 instead.
A carrier, I haven't looked, but I'm kind of curious. Dan, let me take a closer look at this when you on key. I have a feeling it's a band, but I just want to let you know I do notice a hum in your audio there. But I'm not sure if it's you or if it's just the background. Do you notice a hum when I'm? Is there some other carrier or something that we're interfering with?
Interesting.
And you know what?
Let me see if I can.
Something turned on the audio board. When I'm on Saturday, I've got about 4 or 5 sources.
What, the 3000 for the... Oh my god. Wow. Holy moly. I got blasted. Alright, I don't know if we need... Let me get the, we're on a different radio now. We gotta get the SDR play to start also. Right. So that waterfall on that thing is just absolutely amazing compared to like looking at the display output of the 710. I mean, like, it's just crazy. But the 3000 has a terrible display. You wouldn't really use the 3000's display to find stations if they were weak. Whereas, like with the SDR Play, you totally can find weak stations and be able to see it on the waterfall easy enough to where you can go and click over on that signal. Let's see, these guys moved.
You're a solid 15 over, 10 to 15 over, and it sounds marvelous. You're super solid. I just got the tones again. You're up to snoring. My noise level is 0, which is
it's too bad the sun is shining on my monitor.
Typically it's so low that it's almost touching the roof. So now I've got some NVIS, but noise level is still chances. My noise level is 0. You are really good into playing rails.
So anyway, I need to clear my bench, and I can put a different radio and listen on it.
OBJ recognized, and the other the TV station. Good evening.
I'm gonna move this back a little further. We can get
Alright, MB6BB, good evening, and welcome aboard. And Chris, OBJ, good evening.
I wonder.
John HF. Real quick, Chris, how you doing out there, man?
I wonder if that could possibly get rid of that in my view.
Playing around here on the radio, just talking to Dennis and Rack here, so it's good to see the band in a shape where it can actually have a cue, so it's been so
it
bad
just adjusted again.
A week or two, so anyway, but good to hear you on, Chris. And the other station out there, did you say you're Pismo? Is that what you said? Alright, you're at 8S9 into San Diego, sounding good. How is Pismo sounding up to you there, Dennis? Is he too close for you?
Huh.
did you have to switch it your end?
You know what? I turned it off to check on something, so probably nobody heard that last transmission. Over.
Well, I heard you. I thought you just were down a little bit. You're at 7. So yeah, that's no big deal. I heard everything you said though.
I looked over and I had the red dot, but that wasn't from a reset. I think I did it myself.
Hey, gentlemen.
Let me address this.
Good evening, George.
Good evening to you, Craig, and Dennis, and the other folks, Tismo, and of course Chris out there. Hope everyone's doing well. Can't stick around too long, but wanted to stop in just for a bit and say good evening.
Yeah, good evening, George. Good evening it is.
Hello, George.
And hello, Craig. Yeah, we got a beautiful day here. It's a little warm. It's still 83 degrees right now. And Dennis, I've been listening for a while, and you've been fading away up at Half Moon Bay. I'm glad to hear that was your amplifier. You came roaring back when you put that thing back onto you.
Yeah, it's amazing the difference between 6 watts and about 600 watts.
Yes, indeed. It's a huge separation right there.
And my apologies to the SWLs that were probably working on that clip leads and cursing me as they were working on that telescopic antenna. So I'll put $1 into the kitty.
Be sure that's what the kitty wants.
But every time we make a shortwave lifter profile, you put an amount into the pot. At some point we'll have enough money to buy one lucky winner a nice radio.
Well, that would be so cool.
So Dennis, George, did you get any experimentations done on amateur radio wise over the week? And I think you're going to try some antenna stuff. Did you ever get around to that?
Not really. Had a bunch of other stuff. My battery went bad in my car today, so that was a huge complication. It's a, well, minor thing really, but just something I wasn't expecting. I did finish one other little piece to do, putting together a little for QRP operations. Just put the shrink wrap on it tonight, so it's all kind of sort of weatherproof, ready to go.
Oh, I guess I should probably get the 101 out, right?
Experiment.
Nobody wants to watch this fancy band scope.
What do I call it? A hex kind of orientation for dipoles. And that I may want to use some 17-foot dipoles, maybe some high power camp sticks, something like that, in different configurations. So I'm going to build a hex mount for that, so I can sort things out with that. So that's going to be a longer-term project. I got some parts in today, more parts coming in the next week. So that's going to be kind of a fun thing. But outside of that, not too much.
Yeah, I didn't really get too much done. I did firm up the plan, so next weekend I'm going out to the East County of San Diego, up in the mountains, and going to do a field day out there, so should be fun. Not sure the antenna yet, not sure the topology, where I'll be around. If it's, there are some trees, if I can get a good spot with some trees, I'll throw up a head halfway or something, but I'm not too sure about the antenna, but I plan on at least doing some remote operation come on next weekend, though.
Oh, sounds great. Well, look forward to giving it a shot, see if we can work together on field day, so give me a chance to hook up with you guys on the frequency, see if we can make a contact, be kind of fun. It's a great day to get away, get into the mountains or something, some remote area, and experiment. Yeah, it's a great thing. So look forward to hearing you on the air from your remote location.
guys out there. Hopefully we'll have some good propagation like it is right now. This would be a good time to operate right now. It wouldn't be too hot. Towards the end of the day, I'll probably have some meat on the barbecue, frying on the grill. So yeah, right around sunset area this time between 7 and 8, I should be operating on Saturday.
Sounds great. I think it'll be fantastic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing around with the antennas too. I got inspired watching some of the YouTube videos, so I'll let you know what happens with that. I'm going to come up with 3 or 4 different kind of go-to antennas. They're going to be head-fed, some are going to be vertical, some are going to be horizontal dipoles, but kind of compromised antennas to do kind of different situations. So I'll let you know how it goes. My long-term experimentation, more with the antennas going for. KJ6LA for IU. Whiskey.
Well, Dennis, it's been good talking to you here for a little bit, and you too, George. I'm going to get out of here and get some dinner down here. So, Chris, if you're still out there, have a good evening. We'll maybe go catch you guys later on. The band's still holding, and I'll be back. So, 7-3 for now, and we'll catch you later. Everyone, M6 and UD, San Diego.
All right, Craig. Let's go and look you later, and we'll catch up again.
Well, there's a whiskey 6 in there. Is that Jeff?
Alright.
Alright, hello, Sean, and goodbye, Craig. And I may have to go pick up some stay in the ham radio Fox Trot Double Lobster Dome as well.
I love that Foxtrot double Oscar Delta.
You know, as an armature radio operator, occasionally you have to
Armature?
keep the facade up and talk like that.
Well, it's
What's an armature
very effective.
operator?
You sound so professional in your amateur stance. It's amazing.
All right, well, I didn't take all those tests for nothing. Anyway, the band is interesting. It's open, but it keeps sort of shifting around with the pacing of the audio. Anyway, this is Kilowatt Bravo 6, Germany, France, Denmark. I will be back close to the new station, and everybody was sounding pretty good. So 4 meters is in okay shape for once.
I wish people would just stick to regular phonetics instead of trying to be terminally unique.
Flip out frequency. Okay. All right, Dennis. Well, 7-3 to you. Hello to Wiz. Good to hear you again. I have to take off because I have to go back to work tomorrow. So I have to settle in and get ready for the inevitable arrival of the work day tomorrow morning. So I will say 7-3 to everybody. Good to hear you, Chris. WGZ, good to hear you again. Gentlemen up in, gosh, where was that? Everybody else, there's everyone else on the frequency. We'll catch you later. Have a great evening and even a better day tomorrow. KJ6LA, so count.
All right, good night, George. KB7 OBJ Phoenix.
Take care, Chris.
Have a great one.
Brentwood, that's John. All right, John. 7-3.
Oh, and John in Brentwood, I have a good ham radio friend who is not radioactive in Brentwood. And we're trying to figure out what kind of antenna to get. So just kind of listening to what Brentwood sounds like down here to Fresno on 40 meters. Are you running, how much power are you running? 100 watts?
I'm running 200 on a handset halfway.
It's working pretty good on the NZ halfway for 200 watts. Obviously, it depends on the time, the condition, and all that. But the first station I've heard out in the Brentwood area. I don't know exactly where his location is. It's AM6LW, but I think he's probably listed as the VOP shaft. But he is out there. All right, good enough that Brentwood can make the trip. typical stealthy antenna, whether it be a vertical, strapped to a fence, or some type of wire coming off the roof that's not going to pick up all the computers, something.
So the antenna that I'm running is Palomar. The is about 7 feet off the ground, off the eaves of my house. And the antenna itself is running about 45-degree angle, roughly about 40 feet in the air at a tree.
Alright, yeah, he may have to do something like off the eaves of the house, down to a fence or something. I don't even know if he's got, how big is this place? I don't know if he's got trees or whatever, but typically it's 40 meters. I mean, my antenna is super low. So, for the daytime stuff, you really don't need much. Nighttime, that's a different story, but for what we're doing here, I suppose you could probably hook a ham stick to your car in the driveway and do okay.
Roger that. Okay, so I dropped down to 100 watts, and this is what 100 watts is from.
Alright, my noise level's at 0 for some reason. Maybe my antenna's off, but you're still at S4. You're still well above the noise, so no problem.
Yeah, so 100 watts with this antenna, we probably good with this particular antenna. I think.
Is it not showing on the radio? It's
I'll let them know.
7285.
Alright, I'm going to jump out of the air chair. You are sounding good when you hear me jumping in time to say hello radio. This is Kilowatt Bravo 6, Germany.
Yeah.
Denmark, Venice, and Frisco.
Roger that.
I think these guys are getting ready to clear out. I was thinking about hooking up an old radio, so I put this on for now.
It's the question frequency. Go ahead, sir.
Remember, a week or two ago, I mentioned that I had a friend who was asking about a shop down there?
Oh, yes, indeed. And we were trying to remember, I couldn't remember if we were talking like 60s or 70s or 80s or what it was like. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but I couldn't remember where he thought.
He said it was in the area of 99 and Curtis.
You know what this might have been?
Yeah, that would have been a new Klein's truck stop, and it might have been Red Monkey Communications, and it could have been the guy named Bill Over. Well, there was.
It would not let me restart my stream, Eric. It
There was for years and years.
kept crashing.
A truck stop called Klein's that had associated with it a radio shop.
These guys are all in California,
You know, the 18-wheel.
so the band is probably short.
TV radios, it was a big deal, but then,
Well, I ended the other stream on purpose because they just started to say a bunch of stuff, and I realized, you know what? This is probably going to get my channel flagged, so let's just go ahead and stop the stream, delete it. But I went back in to try and stream vertically on OBS, and it gives me an error, and I'm getting an error from YouTube as well, from Studio. And it said unable to upload your video. So I don't know if it's some other issue. I reset the computer, tried it again, didn't work. So right now I'm on the spare cell phone, which actually has a really good camera. This has got like some weird, it's a Motorola, it's got some weird 108 megapixel Carl Zeiss lens. I don't know if it uses 108 megapixels when you're filming, but it's easy because I could just plug it in and go into YouTube and start going to the stream and just go live. Yeah, I know. But I don't feel like the camera, even at 108 megapixels, is quite as good as my S23. That one guy on 3853 offered me a Samsung S24, but I kind of don't think he'll end up sending it. I told him, I was like, yeah, just mail it to me. I'll use that to make videos. We'll have to see. S24 Ultra would probably work way better than this and the S23 that I have.
8 years ago, what are we, 25, so like 2017, 18, something like that.
I tried my Nikon D3500. It didn't really work all that great. I tried I've got a Canon camcorder. It was actually really good, but the problem with the Canon camcorder is I need to use a lot of other stuff to make it work. I need a USB adapter, or excuse me, HDMI adapter, and then I need a capture card, and then I need a power supply to power the camcorder, and then I need the camcorder to not show anything extra on the screen, and then I need it to not time itself out. So I tried a couple different things today. I have not tried the Canon camera, but I really don't think that the T7 Rebel is going to do anything all that amazing. These phone cameras work better because they're able to deal with low light really well. I'm refraining from eating right now. I'm trying to do my fasting, but man, I really want to go in the house and eat right now.
Newer buildings with the xeriscape landscaping. 3 years later, they were all.
So yeah, I'm thinking about just trying to find some stuff to distract myself from eating. I want to try and make it to like 8 o'clock. It's about 7:20 right now here. I think I ate last at like 5 in the morning. But she brought home a bunch of cake and donuts and stuff from the food bank a couple of days ago, and I ate a bunch of crap. Like, I mean, really bad. I've been feeling like crap every day when I wake up. I think it's all this sugar just completely just tanking. Well, I'm going to eat here in a minute, so, you know, it ain't no big deal.
At this point, it just went from one small Central Valley.
I just try not to completely follow a strict, like, keto carnivore diet, because when I do, I get burned out. So you got to have a couple cheat days here and there, you know, I think. It's just really hard to just be completely eating the same ground beef burrito every day and, you know, stay on the slim and narrow. Did I don't know if you guys ever seen it. They call it chicken street tacos from Costco. Those were so good. It was like seasoned shredded chicken, and then you had the cilantro lime or something. I don't know what it was. And then a couple of limes, some shredded cabbage, and then these little, you know, small kind of soft taco, corn taco things. It kind of looked like the kind that should be crunchy, but they weren't. And it looked like it was like about $15 from Costco. But boy, I tell you what, man, those things were good. And That came from the food bank. I was like, wow, that's pretty good.
I know a guy in Fresno. All right.
The problem with the food bank stuff
And you know what? I'm gonna.
is when you go there, they just give you whatever. You can't like refuse certain stuff. So like, she'll bring home all kinds of snacks and stuff that like, if you're on a diet and you're like doing keto or carnivore, you can't have that kind of stuff in your house. You will eat it. You know, it's gonna happen. You can't have cookies and ice cream, you know, in your house and think you're not going to eat it.
It just says closed, but I think it's been closed.
Another thing I like about Costco is their pizzas, but I don't really eat pizza anymore because it's too much bread.
So yeah, it's probably been gone for a while over.
But I definitely was a pizza connoisseur, man. I used to go get the cheap pizzas from Walmart and just dump a bunch of extra cheese on them and extra pepperoni, maybe some jalapeno wheels, you know? Because you could take a crappy pizza and just add a whole bunch more stuff to it. It's really good. Bacon. I don't really think it's the wheat and everything that's bad for everybody. It's the glyphosate, the Roundup that they spray on everything. But it's all in the beef too, you know, because what happens is all the stuff they feed the cows. So they grow corn, they spray the corn with Roundup, they extract everything out of the corn to make ethanol, and then they take the leftover waste and they feed that to cows. And so all that leftover waste is just covered in glyphosate, basically. And then the cows eat that, and then your cow turns into your ground beef, and you eat that. So now you're no matter what you do, you can't get away from this Roundup stuff. But I think that's what's really the problem for everybody. They're not allergic to gluten. They're allergic to the Roundup that is heavily used on the wheat and the corn and everything. We were just doing a little research on that the other day. They started using or invented Roundup in 1974. So most of us may have not been exposed to it very much when we were little because they had just started using it, but somewhere around the mid 80s, I think they really ramped it up. So these younger generations, they've just totally been exposed to it really bad. And, you know, us that were born in the 60s and 70s, we were at least, you know, growing up without having it as we were growing. But it's a bad thing, man. And I don't really think people are allergic to gluten. I think they're allergic to the chemicals that are associated with gluten. And when I was a kid, there was no such thing as people allergic to gluten. And I remember when I first started hearing about that, I'm like, these people are nuts. They think they're allergic to bread. What the hell? I didn't really even think it was true. It's crazy what they do.
Moved into another building, and it turned out to be in the way of the rail. That's why he was so mad.
Wow, we got 74 views in a very short amount of time on here.
Well, like I said, it was,
Even though there's only like just Eric on here, it looks like.
you were renting it, the landlord wouldn't tell you, where things were. Obviously, it's now coming on 8 years.
I'm trying to decide if I really want to move all these radios and put the 101 over there, or maybe the 901, or maybe the Tempo 2020, or maybe some other weird radio. I don't know, what do you think? Should I put a weird radio on the air? Now it says there's nobody on here. YouTube is not good at calculating things. All right, well, which one? We got 101. We got a Tempo 2020. I can even put the 430 on. I got FT 102. I even got a 920. Let's see what else I got out here. It's easy to move stuff around. I don't know. Most people just like seeing old radios, you know. I guess those aren't really that old. Old Testament from the Holy Tabernacle. I gotta undo the 710 and the ICOM 746 Pro and put those somewhere else in order to make room. And I got this microphone kind of in my way. I mean, this mixer puts on a lot of heat. I don't have any all-tube radios though.
I'll let you go. Even fine. That's the point. Sometimes, you know, with ham radio, they got it all, and there's no more. And then out of the blue, you'll have a 5-second stand armature radio, QSO, and you'll just learn something new, and it will refresh your ambition to get on the air again. Oh yeah, it works for me. Yeah, there's a picture of the with the rest of the stuff on the side. That's good enough. So it's wherever you park the trailer, it's the thing sold out for high-speed rail or some other thing.
I wish those Kenwood radios worked a little better.
You know what?
Is that the like 500 watt radio?
Maybe that's why you did that.
I've not heard anybody on CB radio lately. I might have to put the Kenwood tracks on there.
Right before I go. FD in Fresno. Majors getting to go ahead and
Ask it, Charlie. This is Ask it, Charlie.
Even around the barn, and expand on your life and do all the stations all over.
But your low power sounds great, and did I copy your call with WA6 Yankee Oscar Charlie Older? Yeah, we're the original.
Is there another 99, like a 99V or something that does like a 500 watts or something crazy? Holy crap, look at that. Boy, I don't know if I want to hook up these Kenwoods. Kenwoods or Yaesu 101. Or maybe the Tempo. Well, let's see. Well, I could do the Kenwood Twins. I could do the Tempo 2020, or I could do one of the 101s. What do you think? We got Tempo, Yaesu, Kenwood.
Adding a couple of cycle cams, that have vision issues.
you need a counterpoise or you're not going to get it very low. And the counterpoise should be a minimum length for the band that you're on. If the super antenna, depending on which one you ordered, came with counterpoises and they're not working right, you might want to, those don't work. You need actual, like, straight up counterpoise wires. These guys on YouTube keep telling people to use those things and they don't work. They do work, but they don't work as easy as these guys are telling you. So let's say you're on 40 meters or 20 meters. You put out like a 30-foot wire for a counterpoise, 2 of them in different directions, that thing will work great. So, but super antenna does sell counterpoises, and I've never used theirs. I just carry a bunch of what they call like hookup wire, and I just keep adding radials of different lengths until it works good. But there is a formula that they do like to use. I think they want your radials to be a quarter wavelength of the operating frequency, but I found that that's not necessarily set in stone. You assume well, what you could do is put the screen underneath and run your radials on top of that, and then that will give the radials something to reflect against too. But it can be real tricky to get it to work correctly. What I used to do a lot of times, we'd go to a park, I would clamp the thing onto a big metal barbecue grill, and sometimes it would work, and sometimes it wouldn't, and I'd have to run some radials. No, not necessarily, but it needs, basically your radials are acting as a ground. They're acting as a ground. They're acting as the other half of the antenna. Think of it as just like a vertical dipole. Okay, if you had a dipole strung up, one end of the dipole is a radiating leg, and the other one is really just a grounded reflector. So you're reflecting against the ground. If you ground the antenna, it will work better, but it's not going to work good enough to get away with not using a counterpoise on the lower bands. Sometimes on 10 meters you could get away with not using one, but you basically need something for the vertical to drive against. It has to, it's looking for a ground, you know, like the counterpoise to reflect the signal against. But yeah, everybody I know that's had problems with that antenna that didn't like it was because they weren't using radials. One of the guys that worked at Ham Radio Outlet was like, "Oh, that thing's terrible." I'm like, "Well, what did you do?" "Oh, he did the same thing you were talking about, and it didn't work for him." I've had mine since 2020. I've never had a problem with it. Sometimes I've had to add more wire, but I've never had a problem with it. And it usually works pretty good on the vehicle with the mag mount. So if you're going to get on like 40 or 20 and you have a mag mount and you have like an SUV, just stick it on the roof and see if it works. Mine actually works pretty good that way. Let me get this. Find another signal here before we. Well, there's a bad noise right there.
I'm looking for check-ins for the Mobile DSQ net. Please call now.
What? Mobile something net. Those are those guys that
You're beaming towards the East Coast.
do the tag log.
Seeing him, I'm very, very excited. I know
I can't listen to these guys. They were the ones that were whining yesterday about the frequency.
I've come across several times the European group, and I'm going to call it leapfrog. I don't know if there's an actual term for it, but I think it's pretty fantastic. Whoever's the beast with the best ears and power sort of leads the charge and then starts to pull people in. And then
Let me see if I can get
every
these
time they
cameras
send somebody,
over
they're
here.
like, stand by, I have operator so-so, kilo one so-so, and then they work it. They'll chain like 3 or 4 at a time. Over.
Oh, roger that. Well, we call that the wolf pack out here, and there will be times that we have several operators in town, and maybe a few that are in the group, and everybody can hear each other, which is kind of cool about your location. You're on 40 and 20 most of the time, but we can't talk back and forth. That talk will be as well. We'll get in here and work around it. Whatever happens, sometimes it's outstanding, and sometimes it's just us talking to each other, but it's always fun.
What in the hell?
Tower 6BNB, WO17, you're in the group.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the Wolfpack is with you. The Wolfpack. Tom's with us now, and then also there's somebody loading up right on top, but it's okay.
I don't really worry about the ALC on the 891.
So, hello, CBS, how you doing tonight? Tom, WO17, back to you.
But I mean, you want the ALC to go full scale. I don't remember how it reads on that radio.
Here we are. Anyway, y'all be good out there, everybody. They won't see you up good.
Yeah, roger that, Tom. We've got Mike in here tonight, also K6GO.
I just set the ALC to be exactly like it says in the manual, and I find like with that radio, I don't remember what I usually set the mic gain at, but I've never really had to worry about, oh, the ALC is too much or too low, you know.
Yeah, roger.
That radio is pretty loud, actually.
Let me verify.
I think that the 891 is actually a better sounding radio than a lot of the newer ones. Because I have never had to screw around with mine, but my 710 sounded terrible when I got it. I had to do a lot of adjustments.
Roger, we'll take it so we can get it the way the bands have been. Yeah, you're 30 over to me, and please tell me what your setup is. I feel like I'm talking to you on the telephone. Your audio is flawless.
I don't know if I got enough room to put this radio out here, Eric. I gotta get my tape measure. I may not have enough room.
Well, that is absolutely fantastic and working for you. That 90 watts must be hanging on to the hammer of Thor because it's making its way all the way across the skid zone over.
And there's a lot of signals on this band right now. Holy crap.
Roger, it is fantastic. Don't touch a thing. We still have Johnny back with us, WFMK.
Oh, sorry about that. I was across the room on a GOHW7A K1 CBS and 6 me and y'all in the group here. Good to have everybody here tonight. Like Tom says, big, strong signals everywhere. It's a nice night, you know, finally.
Oh. Well, are you using
what the temperature is over
a signal link, or what are you using?
Yeah, see, we're only 83 degrees, so that's as cool as we've been at this time at night for a while. It was all the way down in the 60s.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. On my signal link,
I think we're going up to
I just turn it down on the signal link so it's not too much, you know.
It's going to be pretty cool.
But you can't do that with the digi rig.
Like you said, the wind has just been nuts. That's the biggest part of it. Not tomorrow, but the next day, I'm probably going to get up on my roof and do some repairs that I need to do. Yep, forecast 93 tomorrow. It's going to be 73.
Probably the easiest thing to do
It'll be pretty nice, but
would be
not much change after that. What do you got to say tonight?
set the radio to like 50 watts or less, and then just turn down the level in the FT8 software. But if you're going into that thing, it should be digital, and you can set the level for the digital, but like I don't know what that menu item is.
Yeah, roger that. What's the altitude there?
So as long as you're going through it on digital and not upper sideband, which I hate using digital on it because it sounds terrible. I mean, FT8 sounds terrible already, but I like to listen to FT8 without going through the digital filters.
But 108 degrees is hot for sure.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of people that recommend all kinds of weird settings for data, but I run mine on USB, and I just kind of play with the level. And there's a certain point where if you turn down the level in the software, it won't transmit. You know, I'm sure you've seen that. It's just not enough to drive it. But it might be easier with the signal link. I don't know. With the signal link, you have controls on the front of the signal link to adjust the transmit level that's going into the radio and the receive. So it's basically a sound card with a volume control.
Is there anybody else out there that'd like to get in? And we'll leave a little gap there coming out.
WA6 Yankee Oscar Charlie, Pioneer California.
Yeah, I think I heard WA6 Yankee Oscar Charlie. Yeah, come back with your name. I already said my name is John. Go ahead.
Okay, John, thanks for letting me in. I'm calling you from Clearance here. I'm the Sierra place. I'm not too far from Sacramento, California. And I'm getting a big case out of being able to operate with 100 watts. Here on this thing, I'm just using an inverter key at about 25 feet. It's a very modern setup. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Did you give me my name and your name when I missed it? Come back?
Well, I'm after mine. Sorry, the name is David. Over.
Okay, roger, David. Yeah, there's a few of us down here in Las Vegas in a group, and then we've got Micah up in Ridgecrest is also in the group here. I think the two here, and I'll go ahead and let everybody say hi to you. It looks like you're wandering around looking for somebody to talk to you. Well, you found us, so Whiskey Alpha 6 Yankee Officer Charlie. David, I'm going to go ahead and send you the K1 CBS Tom. Tom, go ahead and say hi to David.
Hey David, how you doing? You're coming into Las Vegas making a mighty fine trip. Good to hear you out there. First one that's there at top handles K1 CBS here mountain. The car's on K1 CBS here. Glad you're out there and good to hear you. Okay, Tom, well, I really do appreciate you guys taking time out. I'm amazed because this is operating as well as it does. I'm very pleased. Two cars are running 5.9 plus down here, over. Yeah, I was listening to the M7 DMV and thanks for talking for a second, so I apologize, I missed part of that, but anyway, yeah, we're glad to get a good group going again, that's for sure. Okay, Tom, thanks for taking time to say hello, I appreciate that.
All right, yeah, Yankee Oscar Charlie David, we got a little kind of a back channel going on the UHF over here. Sorry about that, Tom. I've been a little bit distracted there, but we've also got Mike in here, K6GOH. Go ahead, pick it up, Micah.
Roger, yeah, this is Micah, K6GOH. Nice to meet you, Tom. Kilo 1, Charlie, wait a minute, Whiskey Alpha 6, Yankee Oscar Charlie. Yeah, David, you sound fantastic. You're about 10 over to me here in Ridgecrest. I'm down in Southern California, a little town called Ridgecrest, about 3 hours to the northeast of San Diego. Over, back to you.
Okay, absolutely perfect. I'll give you a review of your unbelievable. Well, I found a new frontier to get on in the evening, get away from all the other things that are going on. I enjoy the radio, been out forever. So I thank you two people taking advantage of it too. Take care from Pioneer, California.
Roger. I don't know if you're leaving or you're just going to hang on the side, but you're certainly welcome to poke in. It's always nice to chat with new folks, and we're glad that you stopped by here. It was very nice to meet you, David. Once again, this is Micah, Kilo 6, Golf Oscar Hotel.
Okay, well, thanks again for taking time, and I'll just stay on the sidelines and pay attention.
Roger. David, Whiskey Alpha 6, Yankee Oscar Charlie, don't be afraid. I think Al's still in here too. That's 6 B&D. You copy David in there?
Yeah, hello David, name here is Alpha Lima. We're in Las Vegas. I didn't get your call, Dave. You're in Pioneer, California?
That's right, Al. I'm in Pioneer. Not too far from Sacramento, foothills.
I gotta drop on the floor to get this radio over here.
Where are you running?
Let me see. About 5 street, yeah, yes, 5.5. I'm just using a D5 RV. But yeah, I'm a little over 500 watts. Range of the DX10 stock mic. And the apex is about 28 feet on the D5 RV. We just had some wind, so I got stuff kind of low. Go ahead, Davey.
Okay, perfect. So you got great signals in this part of North California. Okay, Mike. I'm going to look on, see what split us I can learn here. It's on the new frontier. Take care.
Okay, I didn't get your whole call, David. Yeah, we're usually out here. We try to, but sometimes we don't make it, but a lot of times we do on 7243. Go ahead.
Okay, got that. Whiskey, America 6, Yankee, Oscar, Charlie. 53 years worth of work.
Oh, yeah, Yankee Oscar Charlie. Okay, nice to meet you, Dave. And I don't know, I was on we got a system here. I was telling you guys about where we're at, so, but good to hear you, and take care of 73. Then 6 VNV, Las Vegas.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
You know, with your 100 watts, you're talking to Mike at 377.6 miles away.
Oh, that's great. No doubt about that. Yeah, he, I was coming in about October over, that's where it looks at, so, Mother Nature must be happy tonight.
Yeah, you're 10 over here. I didn't know this, but I had problems with a connector. Probably the whole time I've been on it, and I chopped off, but I killed it and put a new one on. So I think I got it squared away. I'm running about 500 watts.
Well, I got you a good 5 by 9, I got you 5 by 9 plus 5.
Okay, good deal. I don't know who it goes to, but go ahead, John.
Sorry, you caught me taking a drink of water there, but no, everybody's real loud. It's getting quieter too. The noise level's going down, along with the sun. say hello. This is WO7K Las Vegas. We'll leave the gap here.
Hello, Las Vegas. From Boulder City, Nevada, WS7. Delta Bravo Sierra.
Delta Bravo Sierra, Whiskey 7 Delta Bravo Sierra, Boulder City. Who do we have here? This is John, Juliet Oscar Hotel, Norway.
Boy, if you gotta say phonetics for the name John, that's bad.
D is in David, D is in boy.
That is bad.
But sometimes we get into a group of guys and we got about 5 days, you know, so kind of mixed up a little bit. But you're pushing 20 over 9 here in Boulder City, so let's get this not gone long yet, that's for sure. Sooner or later we'll start here. The time to the East Coast on this band. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Both of you guys are 20 plus. Take care, have a good evening, and have a rest of a good weekend. What's in the bus left? Hope you don't have to go to that.
Oh, I use PSK Reporter. I don't know what PSK Info is.
Well, all right, DB. Well, next time, stick around when you can. Come by when you can stick around a little bit longer. Good to hear you tonight from Boulder City. You're real powerful, but nice to meet you. And we'll let you go. Everybody can holler at you on your way out. W7 DBS, WS7K. Okay, Rob. You're doing nice job.
All right, Eric, if you're still on there, I finally got the twins hooked up.
Anyway, I'll sit around and listen a little bit. I'm running right now 1,000 left.
I'm too far away to hear any of that stuff, probably. I'm in Arizona. East Coast guys probably could hear it. And it would definitely be encrypted. I don't even think they would be on the radio anyway. I think they would be using satellite communication. I think most of what the military uses anymore is all satellite. They literally just use something that resembles a satellite phone. My assumption, though, I don't know.
We have one in Boulder City, sponsored by KJ7FKQ. If you ever get on the 440 side.
Does not seem to like trying to focus on these.
Thank you very much for joining in, and enjoy the rest of it.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah. It's probably the, well, hard to say. It could be.
I wonder if I can move this camera over here. Well, I wish I could string this a wide angle. Oh, man. I got so much stuff in the way that's just making it difficult. Come on. This camera looks like it's got dirt on the front of it or something, you know? Anyway, I'm going to try and see if I can find... I need that thing out of my way. Okay, so the AGC doesn't work right on this. That's FT8. So we gotta go this way. So I don't really know what frequency I'm even on.
Yeah, I know that stuff is not tubular, but he did that other stuff. The power was engineered. This guy bought it brand new, and this guy was quite well to do. When he spent this, they spent the first model. Either the
See, I cut my signal out. This ALC is bad.
Have you heard from him? I haven't heard nothing from him. Okay, right on. Well, oh well. Anyways, I'm glad I got my. It should do the easiest things first, but when I said, I was fine with it set up the whole damn day. It was hot as blazes. I was sitting out back, and of course you got coax over there. I wasn't going to go throw it back over the roof and bring it in the house and do it, so I had to do it outside with a solid iron. And I had to cut the wire. We do that. It feels pretty fast. And finally, I figured that was the problem. And then everything sorted out, so I was glad about that. It's a lot more fun when everything's working on the station. And so that's where that is anyways. I guess we'll pass it back to Mike until John gets back on his back. M6BNV.
I think that's the same frequency I was on.
I guess not. Are you there, Micah?
Yep. 243.
This is K6TOH. Sorry about that. White Sales home, and I'm giving a status report over.
Oh, yeah. Sit rep for Mama. You gotta do that.
So it's going to sound a little weird because it doesn't have AGC.
The gentleman from Boulder, I didn't get a chance. I was curious about some of his gear. He was pounding me. He was plus 30, almost 40. Over.
Okay, I'm still here. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, Roger. If you don't mind, John, me stealing back around quick to ask. BB, can you tell me what it is? What's your station?
That's kind of painful to listen to.
You got the TV going. Running 7,300.
25K wide.
Okay.
So the filter will go 25K wide on receive.
1,200 then. Running right out of the house for what?
And then 5K.
Hang on the roof.
And then 2.5.
It's not up on the tower.
But the AGC is so bad, it removes everything. And I've adjusted it a few different times. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it.
That's some great gear. It's pretty fantastic. I'm just sort of blown away to see the antennas laying on the roof, and you're 10.5 plus 30 to me. That's pretty fantastic. Over.
Oh, I can't even hear it now. A lot of these guys talk like they're on CB radio all the time. I always kind of curious. They say, read the mail.
Roger, TV. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a great setup, and it's
Treetop tall.
even the antenna's laying like a doodle on the roof. It's doing a great job. WL7K is going back to you. Over.
K6GOHW7K in a group. Yeah, DB, your rooftop antenna seems to be working pretty well for you. You're heard by everybody.
I guess I should probably fix this radio. I've never even really tried to figure out what's wrong with it. Let me see. Kenwood R599A EGC problem.
Yeah, Roger. I missed getting over time with OS 56 to be status report still. Status report, over.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if your noise level came down up there or the same as it has down here in Las Vegas. Go ahead.
I'm holding steady at about S5. It hasn't. It's kind of been around there. 5 little tips up towards 6. It hasn't dropped yet. I'm still some going down, but maybe in another few minutes. Over. What's it looking like up there for you? Over.
Yeah, when we first started out, I was S7, S8, and now I'm S4, S5. So it's come down considerably. What's it like for you over there, Al? At 6-man VW7K?
Between 5 and 6. It went up a tiny bit.
The other days it was down like around S3 and everything was beautiful, but
Yeah, about between 5 and 6.
yeah, it's not too bad considering. I really haven't been on the radio much today. I've been kind of busy, but the band looks pretty busy looking across the spectrum of the 4
Nothing pops up on Google.
We're about the strongest ones on it. Back to you, Al. Yeah, we're so close to each other. Oh, I don't know. You're looking at the SDR, right? SDPV. Yeah, right now I'm looking at Salt Lake City, and all the signals on.
I think we're getting better views when I have the other radio on, Eric.
Pretty much, John. You might hear better than me. I think I heard it. KT6GIF, QSO.
This thing is hurting my ears, though.
Alright, so there's maybe 300 watts, so that might make a little bit of difference there. And the name here is Alex, and I'm near the town of Santa Barbara, California.
Alex.
Yeah. Good deal, Alex. No, you're banging into Las Vegas pretty well tonight. It's just a group of us here in Vegas, and we've got Micah's up in Ridgecrest. And,
21 more what?
DB or PD is...
Options.
What's his name? Yeah, DB is not Boulder City, Nevada here. Not too far away, and...
This one's kind of hard to hook up, though. That's
how you doing tonight?
'cause it doesn't have its own speaker either.
Do I hear you guys on 10 meters from time to time? Yeah, on Saturdays we do our DX set. Go ahead. Alright, so I've been working on my portable station in the driveway, and I just haven't heard much, so I'm just curious, has the band been open at all? Well, we had a DX net yesterday, but we did it on 20 meters because 10 has been pretty dismal. There's no signals there. The MUF in our region just wasn't supporting anything on 10 meters, but yeah, we do it every week, or almost every week. We miss it once in a while, but if you get on Facebook and check out Las Vegas DX Foundation and ask to join, you'll get an update on where the net's going to be. Or you can also get on our local repeater network through EchoLink and just chime in and ask, sign in and ask where it's going to be, and somebody can probably give you the info. I'm going to go ahead and send it to Al, and he'll give you the info on that, Alex. KD6BIS, I'm going to send you over to M6BNV. This is WO7K in the group. I don't even have a computer in the shack, so that's not going to work. Well, you can get into the EchoLink on your Android or iPhone or whatever. You don't need a computer. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I have been very prevalent on 10 meters, so I know just about everyone there. And I know a lot of guys that come up on your net there, so it's just I haven't been on I got a little 5-element Yagi there, and that helps on 10. All right, thank you. I'll be listening. All right, Alex. Yeah, we got KD6BIS Alex down there. Thanks for stopping by, and we're just kind of chatting here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and send it back over to K1CBS Tom, and let's give you a chance. Go ahead, Tom. WO7K in the group.
I think there was another station that was coming as well. I believe I heard it November 6th, Yankee. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and tell what's your handle and where you're at over. This is K6GOH. I'm in Ridgecrest, California. Over, back to you. No, Ridgecrest, south
I'm
California, about 3 hours to the
I'm gonna try and make a contact on this thing before I put it away, but it's gonna be with a group of people that don't want me to record them. So I'm gonna have to turn the camera away or something. I don't know. To figure out how the hell it. We got no AGC. I wish I could get this AGC to work correctly. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I think All right, so the transceive cable is not working. Again, nothing new there. And so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. They're Kenwood twins, the 599 twins, but they're not exactly the same ones. So my transceive cable is not working, and you want the transmitter to use the receiver's transceiver, or VFO, I'm sorry. I don't know what went wrong with it this time. Is there like a right or wrong way to... Yeah. No, it's not that simple. The VFO in one radio can control the other radio. I've already been through this a bunch of times. You don't want the transmitter's VFO to control both radios. They can operate separate to where that has its own VFO and that has its own VFO, but the transmitter drifts. So it's because of the heat. So you want the transmitter to be controlled by the receiver, which has no heat generated in it. The transceive switch is right here. You got normal or reverse. And it's not working. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And you'll hear it if I keep talking. It'll keep drifting and drifting. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm transmitting into the dummy load, and we're drifting. We're going right up the band. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear it just take off. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going, it's going, it's going. Hello, hello. Come on, how far are we going to go? We can look at it on the meter over here, and we can see it on the scope. It's just moving, and it's not going to stop until it hits a certain point. And the warmer it gets, the more it's going to move. So you can't use the transmitter's VFO without a lot of work to the radio. So it's supposed to be controlled by here. It's not supposed to change when you turn this, because we don't want to use the VFO inside of the transmitter. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll never ever really stabilize. And so what happens is you've got to tune two different things, and you're hoping the damn thing will stay put. Right now it's actually seems to be fairly stable, but once it cools off, it will go in the other direction. And when I try and talk again, I'll be way off frequency. It's still moving. So that's the normal position. And there's another position next to it that says transceive, and it says RX. And it's not keying up, and that's where it's supposed to be. And then that position right there is supposed to be TX. So the transmitter controls the receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this now will actually tune my receiver. But let's try and verify that really quick. I'll take it off the dummy load. So Something wrong here. Something else is wrong. They're old radios. I got them for cheap. But there's something wrong with them. Okay. Didn't transmit in that mode either. Last time, what it was there was a wire broken in the transceiver cable, and I think when I moved it off the shelf, I probably broke one of the wires again inside the cable. So, anyway, I was hoping to use it. I honestly don't even want these things. I bought them for like $60, and it's just, I would actually rather use a different receiver because the receiver sucks, and it's got an AGC problem. So they don't match. The guy that sold them to me kind of tricked me. He removed the label off of this one. This one would have said TX599 Classic. This is an R599A, so the receiver is actually newer, and the transmitter is much older. They're not actually true twins. This is not a matching set. This is an older transmitter and a newer receiver. And they don't have a speaker, so you have to have an extra speaker, and then you have a DAO key that you need. So, I don't know. I might just put them up for sale. I haven't touched them in months. We were just talking about it today. They worked the last time I used them, with the exception of the problem with the receiver, but I don't know, they take up a lot of room, and I don't know. And they are from the 70s. This is probably 1974. This is probably 76 to 78. So Kenwood also made a transceiver called the 599. They're pretty hard to find. These are pretty hard to find too. And you see, if you look at one of them, the transmitter says Trio with the little Kenwood logo. But the radio doesn't say Trio, it says Kenwood. And in the 70s, the earlier stuff would say Trio, and the later stuff would say Kenwood. So that's how you can tell they're not a match. But I didn't pay a lot of money for them, and they could take the tubes out of the transmitter and be good. I'd get my money right there. But the transmitter is actually really good for AM. So a lot of people will use this radio for AM, and they'll use a different receiver. But what I probably should do is just put them back on the shelf, and then at some point in time, I need to examine the cable, and I need to also repair the receiver. The transmitter, I need to figure out why it drifts so bad, but that's not really that important because you're just not going to use that VFO in the radio. That's the whole point of the transceiver. I could use it right now if I would tune both of them, but you can't talk to anybody when you drift that much. And I mean, it was moving. You guys heard it. So, anyway, what we got here? 212 views. Let me move my antenna back. I don't know what was gone. I don't know. I'm not sure if you realize it, but I fix a lot of radios that most people can't fix. And I'm not like a CB operator or any of that kind of golden screwdriver crap. So I just don't feel like fixing certain stuff. I don't really want to fix it. There's no resale value in it. I can't sell the radio. Everybody that wants one of these radios already has them in their closet. I just told you earlier, the Kenwood 599s. They're separate receiver and transmitter.